I'm James Mapes, and I am so excited to announce a new project that Anthony Galie and myself are putting together. Well, this is a one-of-a-kind, first-time ever project. I've been associated with a lot of hypnotists and speakers in my career. I've made a very healthy living out of speaking, but also as a hypnotist who combines a message and moved into a whole different market that most people never have the opportunity to do. And Anthony's done the same thing. He's framed his a little different than mine. So let me tell you about our new project that we're doing January 9th and 10th in Orlando. We are taking a group of hypnotists, and we're taking hypnotists who know how to hypnotize, who have done group hypnosis. And we are going to give them a 2-day course that will give them all the tools that they need to move their career to another level. And I'm talking about financially and a lot of fun. Number one, we're going to help you brand yourself. Now for me, in addition to doing my hypnosis presentation, and that is done in a very special way, by the way, the structure of it isn't your typical comedy routine. It's a thinking person's hypnosis program. But then to frame it or follow it up with a workshop on leadership. That's what I do, on creativity, leadership, management. Anthony's and he did work for years doing many of these, on motivation and using self-hypnosis to elevate yourself, sales, whatever market you were in, to a whole new level. So we're going to teach you how to brand yourself. We're going to teach you how to structure. In fact, I'm going to give away my program, 10-point leadership program, first time ever, that uses hypnosis. And Anthony is going to do the same with his field about motivation and productivity. So you're not just coming to learn how to hypnotize, which you already know, you're coming to learn how to rebrand yourself. Now, structuring is about adding value. So we'll give you everything to add value to your program. And in addition, marketing. We're actually not only going to share our experience, we're going to bring someone in who is a former bureau agent, who knows all about this. And you are going to learn how to make a video. What kind of language do you use to promote yourself? What's the mindset? In addition, I'm going to talk, and Anthony's going to talk a little bit about ethics, about values, and about the mindset that you will need to become a successful corporate speaker using hypnosis. After this is over, what I'd like you to do is go to the website, look at our testimonials, look at what we're about. If you don't know me and you don't know Anthony, you will. We're going to give you videos. We're going to give you information. We're also, by the way, you're going to get a wonderful packet to take away at the end of this 2-day workshop. Now, Anthony and I have talked a lot about this. No one else is doing this. We're giving away our knowledge. And let me tell you what you can make. $10,000 a date. And that, by the way, the minimum is 5. I made from 10 to 15 and still make 10 to 15. So go to our website, look at it, and you'll see the link below. Go to it and sign up for this program. We're going to be talking to everyone before we commit to taking you on. We're going to have a little conversation because we want this to be right for you in so many ways. This will be fun, it'll be intriguing, you'll be in a very select group. And if you sign up before October 30th, you will get a $500 discount off this. Now this will be, again, January 9th and 10th in Orlando at a wonderful 5-star resort. So I hope to see you there. Thank you. Oh, Anthony, take it away.
Thank you, James. Hi, I'm Anthony Galie, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about becoming a corporate hypnotist. Let me explain. For 34 years, I was a motivational speaker that did a hypnosis presentation as part of my corporate speech, but I wrapped it around a serious corporate message on goal setting. As such, I was able to market myself as a keynote speaker and not a stage hypnotist. Keynote speakers command much, much higher fees than stage hypnotists do. First started my business in 1980. And quite honestly, when I started the business, I knew nothing about the business of motivational speaking. I had no mentors. There were no speaker bureaus. You couldn't Google or look up answers the way you can today. There was literally nothing. All I knew was that I had a passion for hypnosis and I loved speaking in front of groups. So basically, I picked up the phone and started dialing for dollars. And it was tough going. First 3 or 4 years, I barely broke even. In fact, it took me nearly 5 years to start putting it all together. It was the 5th year that I started really getting it together in terms of marketing and branding, etc. I remember because that was the year I first broke $100,000. It's also the year that I got a call from a really good friend of mine, saw what I was doing. He wanted to be a motivational speaker as well. Now, he had no interest in hypnosis. His message was totally different, but he wanted to know if I'd show him how to break into the corporate speaking market, and I did. I told him what little I knew at the time, but I gave him the ins and the outs and how to avoid the minefields. And what fascinated me was about 6 months later, he was up to making the same income that it had taken me 5 years to get to. Jumped to it in 6 months. And it taught me a lesson, a valuable lesson. I remember sitting down and thinking, man, if there had been a resource at the time that I was trying to learn this, I'd have jumped on it in a heartbeat. I can't believe those 4 years I was starving. You know? And the fact is, when I went into the business, there just were no resources. Now, not many people made it to the level I made it at. I was a $10,000 corporate speaker. There were at least 2 other people that made it in the corporate hypnotist market that I'm aware of. One was a guy named Gil Eagles. Now, Gil, again, different corporate message than mine, but had a hypnosis demonstration. He was great, but he retired a few years ago. The other is James Mapes. Again, James's message is somewhat different than mine, but has a wonderful hypnosis demonstration as part of his corporate speech. And James and I are great friends. We talk on a regular basis. Quite a few months ago, we were talking, and in the conversation, the topic came up just how many emails we get almost on a monthly basis from people who want to learn how to get into the market. I mean, and we get them from all over the world. It's hard to name a country that we haven't gotten an email from. I'm into hypnosis, I'm a hypnotherapist, I'm a stage hypnotist, I really want to learn how to do this. Would you spend some time with me? Is there any way you can direct me? Are there any courses out there? And quite honestly, we didn't respond to most of those requests because we were both busy with our careers. Now, I am stepping back from the motivational speaking. James is still going full bore, but we had a conversation one day about, wouldn't it be great if you and I put together a program? We are 2 of the 3 founding fathers of this whole thing. I was in the business for 34 years, James at least that long. You know, it's almost 70 years of experience you're talking about, and man, we've both been through the ringer. We know all the ins and the outs. One thing led to another, and we're going to do it. We're going to hold the first ever 2-day course on how to become a corporate motivational hypnotist. This program is going to be held January 9th, January 10th in Orlando at a 5-star resort. If you look at the link underneath this video, you can go right now, click to it. It'll take you to the web page. You can enroll right now if you're ready to go. But if not, let me explain to you a little bit about the course, what we're going to do, and what we are not going to do. First, what we're not going to do. This is not Hypnosis 101. We are not going to teach you how to hypnotize. We expect when you come to this program that you will have some core competency in hypnosis and that you want to learn how to get into the corporate speaking market so you can command the higher fees. This program would be perfect for stage hypnotists. Many hypnotherapists who have a one-to-one practice have a lot to say and would like to be corporate speakers to supplement their practice. Even some of the street hypnotists I've seen, I think, could make it in the corporate market if they simply learned how to brand themselves. We also got calls from doctors, holistic healers, people that were teaching seminars on decision-making, corporate leadership, like Raphael. A lot of ways hypnosis can be used to move you into that market, but please don't come to this program if you don't know how to hypnotize. It's not for you. Second, here's what we will do. We've decided we're going to teach you everything we know, all of our accumulated experience from start to finish, how to brand yourself, how to put your video together, how to market yourself, how to get bureaus to market for you, how to make your message corporate friendly, how to do the hypnosis presentation so that you add value to it, how to put your products together, how to sell your products, how to put your website together. We're laying it all out there. And then on top of that, we're going to have a gentleman come and address you from a bureau. This is a bureau rep that booked me nearly 50 times over the years, and you're going to hear from him and be able to interview and talk with him and get it from the bureau's point of view. What are they looking for? What will they book? What should the video contain? Who's going to take your messages? Who's not interested? He's been in the business for a number of years. You're going to get both sides of the equation, and quite honestly, this is a program unlike any other. So your question might be, does it work or not? Well, James and I are both very busy with our careers, but we did, over the years, mentor 4 or 5 people. Some people just continually contacted us, and for whatever reason, we ended up interacting with 3 or 4 people, all of which who have gone on to successful careers in the business. If you go to the website and click on testimonials, you'll see 3 testimonials. One is from Rafael Beltresca out of Brazil. Rafael was teaching a leadership seminar course, and he wanted to use hypnosis. And we Skyped with him a few times, told him how to market, how to get bureaus to market him. He's a $10,000 speaker. He's doing 4 or 5 speeches a month down in Brazil. Eric from Stockholm, Sweden, very persistent about reaching us and very nice guy, and so we reached out and helped him. He went from being a stage hypnotist, he is now entering the corporate market. Wayne Lee in Canada had been a stage hypnotist for over 20 years, wanted to enter the corporate market. We helped him out, Skyped him, gave him some information. You can see his testimonial. He's now commanding 5 figures as a corporate speaker. This is doable, and the market is wide open. The stage hypnosis market, I believe, is not. Personally, I believe the stage hypnosis market is flooded. They're turning out $300–400 a month on some of these courses. It's just not the way it was when I got in the business, but the corporate market is still very much wide open. So how much would this program cost? This 2 days of training. Here's how we priced it. The program is $49.95. No, not $49.95. $4,995. And I'll tell you why we priced it like that. It's simple math. If you go to the internet right now and look for courses on stage hypnosis, you're going to see quite a few of them that charge anywhere from $500 to $2,000 for a 2-day course learning how to be a stage hypnotist. And some of them are excellent. Some of them will really do a good job teaching you how to be a stage hypnotist. But the market for stage hypnosis right now, they are commanding $500, $1,000, maybe $2,000. They're doing state fairs, church functions, proms, etc. Every once in a while you see one at a corporate event, but really hardly ever. Hypnotherapists typically spend a number of years gaining expertise in hypnotherapy and quite a few $1,000s in courses, but they have a career that can last them a lifetime, and I commend them. I was a hypnotherapist before I got into public speaking, but a lot of these hypnotherapists have spent quite a few $1,000s to become a hypnotherapist. If you look at street hypnotists, Google that, and you'll see there's 4 or 5 courses out there, anywhere from $500 to $900 for a weekend. As far as I can tell, street hypnotists aren't making anything, or if they are, it is certainly not high income. In the corporate market, the entry-level corporate speaker is commanding $5,000. That's the entry level, $5,000 a speech. If you come to this program and take the tools that we're teaching you and go out and get 1 corporate speech out of it, you've gotten all your money back. Of course, our hope is that you will take the information we give you and make a career out of it, in which case you're likely to make millions. I mean, 3 or 4 speeches a month at 5 to 10K add up real quick. The program is on January 9th, January 10th. It is going to be outstanding. James and I are thrilled to be doing this. We're like kids, because it's all stuff we've had bottled up, and we talk almost on a daily basis. You know, we're both keeping notebooks, and every time we get an idea, we jot it down. Just the other day, it was like, oh, this idea, how to get through the bureaus, that'll shave 3 years of pain off their lives. I mean, we've got some really powerful information, and you will not find this anywhere else. There simply is nowhere else you're going to get this information. The market is wide open. Now is the time to jump. We're looking forward to seeing you. It is the 9th and the 10th in Orlando. Get ready to have your life changed. You will move up to the elite level of speaking, the masterclass, if you will, of public speaking, which is why the title of the program is CorporateHypnotistMasterclass.com. Come and see us. You won't regret it.